Success in warfare is gained by carefully accommodating ourselves to the enemy's purpose. Do not engage an enemy more powerful than you, and if it is unavoidable and you do have to engage, then make sure you engage it on your terms, not on your enemy's terms. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. When your strategy is deep and far-reaching, then what you gain by your calculations is much, so you can win before you even fight. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. All war is deception. All wars are won or lost before they are ever fought. It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. First, make yourself unbeatable, then go to war. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Move swift as the wind and closely formed as the wood. Attack like the fire and be still as the mountain. Let your rapidity be that of the wind, your compactness that of the forest. Move not unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops unless there is something to be gained. Fight not unless the position is critical. Rouse him, and learn the principle of his activity or inactivity. Force him to reveal himself so as to find out his vulnerable spots. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. Success in warfare is gained by carefully accommodating ourselves to the enemy's purpose. The height of strategy is to attack your opponent's strategy. Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of the trigger. Leadership is a matter of intelligence, trustworthiness, humaneness, courage, and sternness. Using order to deal with the disorderly, using calm to deal with the clamorous, is mastering the heart. The peak efficiency of knowledge and strategy is to make conflict unnecessary. not engage an enemy more powerful than you, and if it is unavoidable and you do have to engage, then make sure you engage it on your terms, not on your enemy's terms. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This will diminish his enthusiasm. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. When your strategy is deep and far-reaching, then what you gain by your calculations is much, so you can win before you even fight. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. The opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy himself. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This is death. Thus, the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. We are not fit to lead an army on the march unless we are familiar with the face of the country, its mountains and forests, its pitfalls and precipices, its marshes and swamps. Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting.
There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general. The first, recklessness, which leads to destruction. The second, cowardice, which leads to capture. The third, a hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults. The fourth, a delicacy of honor, which is sensitive to shame. The fifth, over-solicitude for his men, which exposes him to worry and trouble. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. A good commander is benevolent and unconcerned with fame. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Quickness is the essence of the war. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when we are able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make them believe we are near. The whole secret lies in confusing the enemy so that he cannot fathom our real intent. In battle, there are not more than two methods of attack, the direct and the indirect. Yet, these two in combination give rise to an endless series of maneuvers. When strong, avoid them. If of high morale, depress them. Seem humble, fill them with conceit. If at ease, exhaust them. If united, separate them. Attack their weaknesses. Emerge to their surprise. If you fight with all your might, there is a chance of life. Whereas death is certain if you cling to your corner. Water shapes its course in according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. The soldier works out his victory in relation to the foe whom he is facing. Disorder came from order. Fear came from courage. Weakness came from strength. If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight, even though the ruler forbids it. If fighting will not result in victory, then you must not fight, even at the ruler's bidding. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. A clever general, therefore, avoids an army when its spirit is keen, but attacks it when it is sluggish and inclined to return. This is the art of studying moods.
There are 5 essentials for victory. 1. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. 2. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. 3. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. 4. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. 5. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. A leader leads by example, not by force. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer. But what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are certain to be in peril. If you are far from the enemy, make him believe you are near. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. The dance of battle is always played to the same impatient rhythm. What begins in a surge of violent motion is always reduced to the perfectly still.
It is more important to outthink your enemy than to outfight him. The difference that will always make the difference is to know thyself. If you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of the opponent's fate. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. Be open to change your ways. The difference that will always make the difference is to think greater than your current circumstances. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. You are always the director of your life. You are the producer. You are the actor. You can choose your supporting cast. Make the choice to take control and direct your fate. It's time to rethink yourself. There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general. Recklessness, which leads to destruction. The difference that makes the difference is always learning how to take control of your emotions, to take control of your thoughts, to be the leader that you want to follow. Cowardice, which leads to capture. Be courageous, be strong, be bold. A hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults. There will always be naysayers. There will always be people that try to affect how you think and feel. How you think is always your choice. Give yourself compliments and always put yourself into the best possible position to face the battles that you're going to face in life. A delicacy of honor, which is sensitive to shame. Be honorable to yourself. Be the leader that you want to follow. Over solicitude of his men, which exposes him to worry and trouble. Worry is always a choice. Make the choice to think greater than you feel. Be the general in your own life. Be the leader that you want to follow. Life will always be about strategy and preparation. Be united in yourself. The secret to always outwitting yourself is to know that you are much bigger than your current circumstances. You are the difference that will always make the difference. It's so easy to give up and let your emotions get the better of you. The greatest challenge we face today is to become aware of the enemy within. The general who thoroughly understands the advantages that accompany variation of tactics knows how to handle his troops. The general who does not understand these may be well acquainted with the configuration of the country, yet he will not be able to turn his knowledge to practical account. The greatest challenge we face today is the part of us that wants to avoid the battles, the part of us that wants to avoid rejection and avoid discomfort. Unhappiness is a fate of one who tries to win his battles and succeed in his attacks without cultivating the spirit of enterprise. For the results is a waste of time and general stagnation. Always know the game that you are playing. Know your strengths and your weaknesses. To win the battle within is to wake up to the inner genius within you. To win the battle within is to wake up the inner general within you, and for you to become the leader that you want to follow.